welcome back to another Traitor-Dev video. I've got a handful of things here that have been added since the last video. So let's start with some of the new lights. There's got to be some place here I can throw some lights in. Okay, yeah, no, not really. Well, you know what, I'll just throw them out here. I'll make this my little test bench area. So right on top of this beautiful bush, we have, yes, that's actually a real thing. I found it on Google Images. So we've got this, what was called a modern lamp. It was interesting enough that I thought, you know what, this looks easy to model. I'm gonna make this. So it's basically just yeah, a square with a cube on it. I don't know, it's a thing. So it's a light. If you want, you can, let me put it on a wall here so we can see. You got to do a bit of rotation on it, which you know, there we go. So you can use it as something hanging on a wall too, if you wanted. It might make more sense if it was above a narrow pathway and it was like between it. But I suppose you could always put a second one here as well. You just got to get the rotation there. Or I suppose if you did 3, you could do them in alternating. And you could do, oh boy. Oh boy. You could do a long chain-like thing of them if you so desired. Yeah, so we have that. There is a lovely wall lamp, which, you know, just goes on a wall. Now, in inventory, this shows backwards. It's just some goofiness because it can be rotated, and because of that, the inventory image just displays goofy. I don't know. And then we have a standard lamp that you would, you know, see. Oh, and actually, there's also a floor lamp, like you would, you know, have in a house. Maybe have some furniture there, and that'd be in the corner of the room. You'd have a lamp. So those are the new lights. Yes, that is all of the new lights. Moving on, you know, actually, I'll hold on to that. I did some new decals. Ooh, and actually, there are some updates to the decals. So, for a very long time, when you walked on the decals, you would move up a little bit. That no longer happens. Also, in the past, if there was a decal on the wall, and you walked up like that, you would hit the decal and it would stop you. They don't do that anymore. So that's been a long time waiting for, but it's finally working as it should. So the things here are, you know, colorable just like any other decal. Now they do place kind of goofy, so they place sideways with the direction just like all the letters and numbers do. This is simply due to the fact that the letters and the numbers, if you wanted them to place correctly on walls, they have to place incorrectly on the floor. It's unfortunate, but I can't really do anything about that. These arrows do point correctly, so if you look, this is a right turn arrow and a left turn arrow, and then we have solid lines and we have dashed lines. So if you want to do something that has streets in it, you now have the center lane, which would be a no passing, and you have the center lane passing, or the dividing line, whatever they call that. And if you want to change which side you're passing is from, you just face the opposite direction when you place it. And then you have just a solid single and a dashed single line. So yeah, you can do streets. Oh, I forgot. There's one more decal here. There's the crosswalk markings. And now this, just to stay consistent with everything else, whoopsies, also places sideways. So if you wanted, I don't know why they start with red. That's kind of bogus, but whatever. There we go. Now we have a crosswalk. We have some great streets. There are no cars yet. And there's really not a lot of other outdoor type things like street signs or fire hydrants or barricades or cones or barrels or yeah, anything you'd find outdoors. But I believe there is, yeah, we do have some different concrete nodes. I don't think we're gonna have anything for asphalt. Your closest option, well, the solid black is probably too black. If you went with the one of these two, I'm guessing. Oh, actually, that goes all the way down to solid black. All right. So depending on how weathered or aged you wanted your black top to be, you could probably get by with something like this as asphalt and use that for your roads. And you could actually probably also, if you went lighter, use this for concrete. So yeah, probably one of these two. I feel like that actually maybe looks a little too dark. I don't know. But if you want to do roads, you can do roads. You've got some of the traffic markers now for your roads. So that's, evidently there's an invisible wall here. Okay. Don't know what that's all about, but okay. A few minor changes to some nodes. I went through the I think it was called building blocks or something. So these, how many ever nodes this is? 13 nodes is this? They have all been reduced down to 32 pixel textures. The names have been updated. The internal, any of these places in the world still exist. The textures have changed. So my roof now has these goofy little marks on it. And that's because I'm kind of an idiot and I didn't do this the right way. So I put this little thing onto the sides of it, so it's like for a wall. The top of it shouldn't have that. I should have done a texture that was just the base without the stuff on top of it. So I'll probably have to redo that at some point. There's some new types of trash that have been added in. I'm sure everybody's really super interested in those. It's very unlikely I will get any of them to show up, but you know, we'll see. I can tell you now it's a candy wrapper, it's a slice of bread. What was the other thing? Oh, a crumpled up piece of paper. And like some goofy green mass. The slice of bread is pretty massive. It's full. It's as big as the full node. So is the candy wrapper. They probably should be made smaller. But those are different. Ooh, another thing that's changed. The shop here. You now have, so we have the luck and HP increasing, which that's been around for a while. We have this, which I think's been here for a while. But the restore builder privilege is now a toggle builder privilege. So you can click it, privilege revoked, play some games in the lobby, click it again, they're restored. So now that they're restored, I have all of my building stuff here. If I go ahead and revoke them, whoops, pull up my inventory, I now don't have them. Oh, hey, there the candy wrappers. Sweet. I also can't see my inventory now. That's maybe not optimal. Although by visiting something with an inventory screen, I can. Yes. But the reason for this is because now I can earn XP. So if I go ahead and grab these parts request forms, we look at my XP. It says I have 73 points, or the others, it's available in the help screen as well. And if I go ahead and repair both of these, just, have to wait a couple seconds for the items to come through. And then, whoops, throw these into there and pull up inventory. I now have 75 points. Yay! And that's important because when you have your privileges where you can, fly around, well, it's kind of bogus if you're then allowed to fly up here, just, skirt right over all of the lava, grab the part request form, you know what I mean? So now in order to get points, you have to turn that off. So if I knew where I was going, here we go. So basically what this means is you could go find a task someplace and get the parts request form, but then to actually go back and get the points, you have to turn off your builder privileges, and obviously now I can't fly. So now I actually have to do the parkour through the lava to get my point. And this will be important for the new lobby because there will be more single player type stuff in there. And obviously I don't want people to just be able to fly over and hit a button and get points. So that's the reason for that. Excuse me. Another new feature. We have notes now. I did not want these. Make sure you hit the save button. It's very important that you hit the save button. Be sure and save. And now I won't hit the save button, and I'll look at XP and I'll come back. I didn't save it. And now if I hit save and close it and pull inventory back up. Oh, wait. There we go. It saved. I don't know why it didn't automatically refresh. That was kind of weird. Yeah, I tried. I really tried. Spent a goodly chunk of time. There is not a way that I can find where I can auto-save when you change tabs. So SF Inventory has a on leave tab callback. So when you click to another tab, it calls that callback, but there's no way for me to access the content of this field when I leave. So I can't make it autosave, which is very unfortunate. And just to show that this, so you have your notes as a player or as a builder. So it's available at all times for you. Yay! I think the help thing may have changed since the last time around. So we've got this. For a short time, the privilege buttons were actually in inventory. If you were one of the few who's seen them there and were wondering why they disappeared, it's because you could turn them on, fly to the task, grab their parts request form, fly back to a storage cabinet, get your parts, and then go back to the task, turn builder mode off, and then get all your XP, which I realized after I implemented it, which was quite unfortunate because I spent some time implementing those buttons. And then I was like, oh wait, that was stupid. Now you can cheat. So I just had to scrap all of that work. Although I was able to recycle some of it into the code for this. So that's not at least a total loss. I believe that's it. I don't think there was any new furniture. So the oven we had before, microwave. Yeah, no new furniture. Just some new lights. Oh, clear the search. Yeah. So that's that. Everything else here is pretty much the same. All right, that should do it for this video. So thanks for watching. if you're interested in playing on the server, building your own levels, what have you. That information is, I think, in the video description. Otherwise, it's definitely on the webpage, which is linked in the video description. Tune in next week for another update video, and I will see you then.